So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. CrazyCatLady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair educational for and entertainment purpose. It's like it's all they did. Well, those years ago. See? No, I don't want to do any more of it.
Hi everyone, Martha here. So this is, hopefully I say her name right, Shannen Doherty, the one who played Prue from Charm, and played Prue in Charm, passed away a couple of days ago. She had cancer, and so and she was also in 90210 as Brenda. That one I don't remember that well, since I was a little kid when that show was out, but I was more into Charm since I was older when that one came out. So I'm talking about this one. I picked to do one of my favorite demons, even you can count his entire existence on the show as a plot hole, because they like using this actor later on in the show, and he's supposed to show up every 1,300 years, and yeah, he shows up in this show a lot. That's the only thing I would have to say. I tried to do my best to ignore that little plot hole, but yet, even though that, I just think they just like using this actor. They just ignore that little detail. I mean, he does a great job playing this character, Barbas. I think that's why they got him so much in this show, and I guess he is a fan favorite too. So I guess that's the reason why they ignored that little detail. So what happens in this episode? It's Friday the 13th, and Prue and Phoebe are at a bookstore around midnight. I don't know. I've never been to a bookstore that late, so I don't know if there's any bookstores that are even open that late. But if there are, okay. And she wants to close up because she wants to close before Friday the 13th happens. Then you need why don't you not be inside, since what your fear is around this time. But I don't know, how do you get around earthquakes being your fear? Because you can have that happen outside too. Once they leave, because Phoebe's is gonna get a job, so she's wanting to good luck charm to do it, and Prue ends up paying for it. And Prue's during character development during this episode is to learn to say I love you, because it was the last word she said to her mom before she died, and so she's doesn't want to say it to anybody ever again because she's afraid of losing anyone else. So when people say I love you, she just says me too, same here, or says yeah, like she's trying to avoid saying it, the exact words. And she learns to say and she also the one that defeats her fear by no longer being afraid of water, because that's what killed her mother, so she's afraid of drowning. So that's basically her character development, is those two things. We don't really get to see this much of Piper, because she's more, unlike Phoebe and Prue during the episodes, she's not by herself. She stays with people, so she's not Barnable like these two are. So, and I think it's like she's mostly trying to make sure she doesn't date a guy again, because the first bad guy that they faced, the warlock Jimmy, they were afraid of them. She's afraid of starting to date, because that's when she started dating him, was on Friday the 13th. And she ends up going on a date with that guy that's an eligible bachelor person. And she doesn't want to have that happen. And so when she's mostly stay at her restaurant, so she doesn't have what happens to Prue and Phoebe happen to her. Phoebe mostly gets a new job as a house seller or estate kind of thing, and the one who owns the place is trying to have an affair and trying to keep it away from her finding out from her husband finding out about it. But Phoebe does not know how to doesn't believe in that stuff, so she ends up quitting. And for about Barbas calls, pretending to be a seller, a buyer, and the lure is out there in order to get her, because he kills two people: the store, the bookseller, and the one who's afraid of fire. He kills those two, and he hears Prue out there and figures out her fear is drowning, and she happens to be in a shower. How ironic. And so he uses that to his management, and he is trying to investigate the two deaths, and I guess there's more because that they showed off screen, because Daryl keeps on saying that there's others that we don't get to see, because I guess the show doesn't have time to show all the others that he has killed. And there's a little joking around that he's wearing weirdly ugly shoes that Daryl and Prue pick on him for, and just like Phoebe, it's a good luck charm. Why is it always when it's a Friday the 13th episode there has to be good luck charms and bad luck charms? I mean, I'm just like Prue, I'm not very into superstitious stuff. So I definitely find that kind of annoying to me. I do agree with her. I don't believe that the only reason why people notice stuff about bad things happen on Friday the 13th because it is Friday the 13th, so I can totally see what she's saying. You shouldn't worry about, because one day that rarely happens. I always find that annoying when they do this kind of stuff. And the fact that they have another one, in season 2, they have another Friday the 13th happen in 2 years. That never happens. But okay. So when he tries to drown her, he reads Phoebe's fear through the phone. And that's when he gets the idea to use Phoebe as bait in order to get Prue back, since it didn't work, since he knows that Prue we way more easy to do is, and Prue looks up how to do this, how to defeat this demon, and ends up being in their mother's handwriting, and I guess Patty is adding stuff to help them defeat the demon, because she notices that it's not the same. She added another line how to defeat them, and she would have noticed that before because it's her mom's handwriting, and she's the one that remembers the mom the most, and she was she's the oldest. So, and Phoebe's the one that probably remembers the mom last, since she's the youngest. So, when she gets pulled into the water, because Barbas is right by a swimming pool, so he pulls her in and tries to feed on both of them. And Patty comes and saves Prue and helps her conquer her fear. And she saves Phoebe and not kills him. I guess that's why you can say he's able to come back, because she doesn't kill him. I don't know. I need to rewatch that one where he shows up again, but to see that there really is a plot hole. But I think this is one. I did like this episode, even though I don't know. do you really count this against what happens in the future against this episode? Because when they wrote this episode, they did not really planned on having him back on again. Maybe you should count it against in the future episodes, but not in this one. If it really is, if they don't really talk about it in the other ones. So, probably gonna give this one like maybe an 8. I do like it though, because I do like Billy Draco. He's a great actor. He's really cheesy in this episode. He really brings his A game to this, and he's pretty funny. And so that's why I like how he acts and stuff like that. Like, you're frozen in fear. And his like every single time. You can't run. Like they're not even trying to run. So yeah. And I think Prue does a good job in this episode too. And this is mostly her episode. That's why I picked it. I picked one that was mostly have to do with her, because each episode they did have their own. Each sister have their own development, stuff like that. And the streaming service I watched this on, Peacock, I guess doesn't have the theme songs, right? I don't remember if this one didn't play the theme song. They didn't, because I had to look up on YouTube I Am the Sun, I Am the Air song and listen to it with the theme song, because it didn't even play it, that song, during the opening theme. But okay, whatever. So let's talk about who's the actors here. I already mentioned Shannen Doherty, Billy Draco, and the one who plays Phoebe is Melissa Milano. The one who plays Piper is Mary Combs. And who plays Daryl and Andy? Daryl and Andy, Ted King. And where's Daryl? I don't know why he's here. Leo's not even in this episode. Darts C. Georgie. And I guess I can do who plays Patty. Where's Patty? Their mom. And it's not her. Okay, hold on. Flinda Hughes. That's how you say her. I think I should say her name. You know I'm terrible at saying names. But that's who plays Patty. So yeah. So that's basically it, guys. I'm gonna miss her. She was never my favorite character in any of the shows that I've seen her in. Like I said before, I think I liked Paige more, and I started watching the show when Paige came on. So Piper's played by Holly Maria Combs, and I wasn't really going to mention this during this video since it was so long ago, but Billy Draco passed away in 2019. I wasn't going to mention it because it's mostly about Shannen Doherty, not him, but since I already am talking about somebody who's died, I might as well talk about him. I only remember for this show and all the episodes he was in, so he's gonna be missed too. I should have talked about him and that year happened, but I didn't know about he died until a couple years after he died, so it'd be weird talking about him in his own video after you find out a couple years after he died, not the same year. So yeah. So back to past me. I didn't watch it from the very beginning, and we already knew that she was gonna die in there, so I guess I didn't get really ever attached to her because she was kicked off the show. I'm not gonna go into why, but she wasn't, and basically the same thing happened now to I think. So, but I don't, like I said, I don't really remember that show very well. So she just never played character as my favorite character in those two shows. So I'll see you guys. She still will be missed. So I'll see you guys later. Like, favorite, and subscribe. And bye-bye.